Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. I'm Rashawn427. Actually, what I'm actually going to do today is a WWE Clash of the Castle 2022 review, which actually took place today, September 3rd, 2022, from Cardiff, Wales, from the Principality Stadium, and in front of 62,296 people. And actually, the crowd was great all throughout the night. I love this crowd. I love the energy, the atmosphere of this. I think it would be great if they bring a WrestleMania or SummerSlam here. Now, starting out with the kickoff show, I did not care about this match. Didn't even watch it. Madcap Moss and Street Profits versus Austin Theory and Alpha Academy. Then I watched this match. Madcap Moss and Street Profits actually won. I just don't watch the kickoff at this point. I just do not care about any match on it. But first, starting out the first match, yes, you have Bianca Belair, Alexa Bliss, and Asuka versus Bayley, Dakota Kai, and Io Sky. Now, they just had them coming in at SummerSlam. They actually just lost on Raw. Let's get into some hot spots of this match. Now, you actually had Alexa standing knee moonsault for 2. The Hills actually started working over Alexa. And Asuka had to actually hit the hot tag and actually pops the crowd. Asuka actually hit a missile drop kick. Then Io follows that up with a springboard drop kick to Asuka. Then the Hills work over Asuka. Alexa hit a running senton with the Bayley outside the ring. Then the Dakota Kai kicks Alexa Bliss into the barricade, which looked great. Hills work over Alexa again, so they just kept working them over. Then Bianca Belair didn't come in at all up until this point. Alexa Bliss actually hit a Hurricane Rana to Dakota Kai. Tries hot tag to Bianca, but don't work. Hills attack Bianca. Asuka actually gets the hot tag. Takes out Hills, flying kick for 2. Hills actually break it up. Bianca Belair finally gets the hot tag, attacks Bayley. Alexa and Asuka actually hit a double suplex on top of Bianca Belair and onto Bayley, threw her off the top rope. Io Sky actually hit a moonsault onto Alexa Bliss and Asuka. Bianca Belair actually hit a gorilla press onto Dakota Kai. Bayley actually holds Bianca's braid down. Io actually hits a moonsault to Bianca Belair. Bayley actually pins the champion, which I did not like. My prediction was right for this match, and I would give this match an 8 out of 10. I thought it was a good match and a good opener to actually kick off the show. But Bayley is obviously Bayley versus Bianca Belair at the next pay-per-view, which is probably going to be Extreme Rules instead of a stipulation match. But I thought it was a good match. I thought the right winners won, but I didn't feel like you need to pin Bianca Belair just for her to be the number 1 contender. That's just me personally. So that's the second match. Intercontinental Championship, Gunther versus Sheamus. Now, a lot of people won't like what I actually have to say about this because it seems like a lot of people love this match. I did not like this match at all. Now, their groups actually start fighting before the match. I don't really care to name their groups. Butch hits a moonsault onto the 2 other guys. Now, get some high spots of this match. I like certain parts, but it got to the point where it's just like, okay, they're hitting each other, they're punching, they're slapping. It's a bunch of punches and slaps, and just like, I don't know. I'm not a fan of that type of wrestling. Really strong style or UK style, Europe style. I'm not a fan of that. But Gunther actually chopped Sheamus to the floor. That looked great. Then you had Gunther actually slam Sheamus into the steel steps. Go back and forth with hard-hitting shots. Gunther actually chopped Sheamus to the ground. There's a lot of chops inside this match. They fight on an announce table, Then Sheamus does the 10 beats, all around the ring. Do the announce table, do it inside the ring, and do it on the barricade as well. After that, Sheamus actually hit a diving knee. Sheamus hits a white noise for a close 2. Then a Celtic Claws for a close 2. And then Gunther gets up, hits the clothesline. And my prediction was right for this match. I give this a 7.5 out of 10. I just wasn't a fan of this match at all. That's just me personally. But Gunther actually picked up the victory. I was right about that. It was obvious that Gunther was going to win this match. The match on the show was actually for SmackDown Women's Championship. Liv Morgan versus Shayna Baszler. Now, the outcome of this match I was really surprised by, but I'm going to get to the hot spots in the match. Shayna Baszler actually threw Liv Morgan's shoulder into the barricade. Shayna Baszler actually works on Liv's arm. Liv hit a modified code breaker. Then, actually getting to the end of this match, Liv actually hit another cold breaker on her into the Oblivion finisher and actually won. I actually really enjoyed this match. I give this a match 8.1 out of 10. I really enjoyed it. They told the story with the arm. Liv Morgan actually beat her clean, which I'm actually surprised by. And the fourth match on the show, and my prediction was actually right for this one as well. My prediction actually didn't get wrong until this next match, fourth match on the show. Edge and Rey Mysterio versus the Judgment Day. I have a huge problem with this match. So you have Dominic turn on Rey Mysterio at the end of the match. Why not have him do it at the middle of the match so you can have Judgment Day actually win? Judgment Day lost at SummerSlam. They just lost to Edge at, when he was in Toronto on Raw. They're losing every single match. How can anybody take this group serious? I mean, they suck. They just do. And I just don't see how you could take this team seriously after losing so many matches. I just don't get it. Got the biggest pop of the night, him and Drew McIntyre. He probably got the biggest. I mean, Seth Rollins was loud too, but we'll get to that later. But up until this point, he got the biggest pop of the night. And, getting into some high spots of this match. You actually had Edge actually throw Rey Mysterio into the Judgment Day. Well, he actually had him with a powerbomb, so you think he's just going to throw him on there. But he actually flipped that into a moonsault. That looked great. The Hills actually worked on Rey Mysterio, broke him down like they always do. And Edge actually get the hot tag. He hits all his signature moves on the crowd. Actually going crazy for the hot tag. Then Edge actually hit the 619. Then Rey Mysterio hit the splash. That was a broken up for a 2. Then Edge spares 3. Then Edge spares Priest through the apron. That takes him out. Baszler dumps out Rey. But then Baszler actually hits the sling blade to Edge. Since Baszler and Edge are actually the true legal people. Dominic actually distracts the rest, which is interesting because that's kind of a heel move, and you would think that he wouldn't do that, but then it actually makes sense at the end, so I guess that makes sense. But then you had Rhea Ripley and Dominic get into it, as they always do. Then you have Rey actually takes out both of them, Dominic and Rhea Ripley, on the outside to beat up Dominic, and actually take out Dominic. Then Dominic actually flips Finn Balor into a 619, into a spear. Edge beats Finn. They just keep losing and keep losing and keep losing. I can't take this group seriously. Maybe Triple H doesn't care about this group. That's why I keep having them lose. I really don't understand it. And they really didn't make an implication that, what's his name? That Dominic was going to join them. So that didn't make sense neither. But Edge and Rey wins. It was a really, really good match. I really enjoyed it. But it was just the wrong winners. And my prediction was actually wrong. I get this an 8.3 out of 10. And, as I said before, Dominic turns on Edge and Rey Mysterio made no sense. They should do this out of the middle of the match. Have Judgment Day 1. But you have Matt Riddle versus Seth freaking Rollins. Now, this crowd absolutely loves Seth Rollins. I did not know he was that big over there, but they absolutely love Seth Rollins. And getting into some hot spots and actually inside this match. Now, you actually had Seth Rollins actually do the barricade bomb, which I'm surprised they're still doing that since what happened with Finn Balor. But I guess that's just one guy who got hurt, and they just should still do it. But Seth actually hit a Super Falcon Arrow, and that's actually got reversed. And Matt Riddle actually reversed that into a fisherman suplex, which looks great. Riddle actually hit the bro to sleep into a powerbomb into the knee for a 2. So he should hit 3 back move for a 2. Then Seth actually hits the pedigree for a 2. Seth actually talks about Riddle's wife and kids. That's what makes Riddle angry, and that's what turns him. And that's when we get into the breakdown of the match. He actually picks up the chair, tries to hit him with the chair. He misses, gets in the ring, gets the curb stomp put to him, then hits a top rope curb stomp for the 3, and Seth Rollins actually picks up the victory. And I really, really enjoyed this match. I'll give it 8.4 out of 10. Hit a top rope curb stomp, and my prediction was wrong. I should have picked Seth, but then I'm thinking, like, they really gonna have him lose. If he said all that about his family, they really have him lose. But then they're continuing this match, and they're gonna do it. They're gonna have an Extreme Rules match or no holds barred match at Extreme Rules. So it actually makes sense. I give this 8.4 out of 10 for this one. Let's get into the main event: the WWE Undisputed Universal Championship match, Roman Reigns versus Drew McIntyre. The crowd was absolutely fantastic throughout this whole entire match. They wanted Drew McIntyre to win, and maybe Drew should. And I'm gonna get into it. Roman actually picked up the victory, which, I mean, I guess everybody, but then there was like a high chance of Drew actually winning. But I'm going to get into a problem that WWE has at the end of this. But I'm going to get some high spots of this match. Roman, and something interesting, they actually called the Uranaki the rock bottom. I don't know if Michael Cole messed up or he did that on purpose, since they're setting up the Rock. But then if you have a Rock come in, and you have a Rock versus Roman's still the champion, he's going to beat The Rock. So you mean tell me Roman's going to hold the championship past WrestleMania? I mean, is that not overkill? I mean, I don't know. We'll just have to see about that. That might have been just a mistake, or that might have been something else. But some cool spots in the match. You had a Superman punch turn into a Future Shock DDT. You had a Superman punch for 2, spare for 2. Roman locks in the guillotine. Drew actually spares Roman and through the barricade, which looked great. He puts it back in the ring. Claymore reversed into a spear for a 2. That was the second spear. Claymore to Roman, referee knocked out. So we all know what happens when the referee gets knocked out. This is when I thought somebody's going to come out. But Austin Theory actually comes out, get knocked out by Tyson Fury. Now, I have an issue with this. It makes Austin Theory look like just like a mid-carder, or just it makes him look stupid. Like, I feel like people say Triple H is bringing change, but this is the same thing that Vince McMahon would do. That's just to me personally. I think this is something that Vince McMahon would do. You had Tyson Fury knocks out Theory, Claymore for 2. Crowd wanted to win. When that happened, I thought that he was actually going to win. But you had a spear, turned it to a Claymore for 2. Then you had Solo come out. Now, this guy, I don't have no idea who this is. I don't watch NXT. I guess that's where he's from. I mean, he looks like any of the other guys. I mean, he doesn't really look that special to me, but I don't know. Spear for 3, Roman Reigns win. I guess this is a good match. I get this 8 out of 10. And, overall, I guess I did expect a little more out of the main event. Maybe I just wanted Drew to win so bad that I just was kind of disappointed. But then I should have known that Roman was going to win. But then you expect something different and something new. But then this is the issue they run into. Who is going to beat Roman Reigns? If he's fighting The Rock next year at WrestleMania, when is this title reign ending? When is things like, who are you setting up for Roman to beat? Because and I know the journey is there and everything like that, but the whole point of him doing all this is so that when he loses, it's actually special. But there's nobody that they built up for him to actually lose to. Theory is not. He just got knocked out by Tyson Fury. How are you going to have Theory put him in it? You're going to put Theory against him? Have Theory cash in? He's not believable. Riddle, he just lost to Seth Rollins. There's nobody on that roster. Cody, maybe, but then if you're having him fight The Rock, Cody doesn't matter if you're having him fight The Rock. So, if he's fighting The Rock, unless you do Cody versus him at next year's SummerSlam, and you have him lose at SummerSlam finally, but then isn't that something you want to do at WrestleMania where Roman actually loses, so you have him wait till the next WrestleMania in Philly? Well, I'm going to be at, which I would love to see Cody beat him, but when does this end? Like, what's the end goal for this Roman Reigns title reign? That's just my thing. There's nobody. Like, if they were building somebody up, if they were building Riddle up, and you can see, like, oh, Riddle is the guy, no matter how long it takes, Riddle is the guy that actually, but there's nobody. But that's just all I have to say about that. It was a good show. Overall, I give it 8 out of 10. I don't give it a lot of 8s, but I give the show an 8 out of 10. But that's just the only problem. I have no problem with Roman Reigns winning, but if you're not building nobody else to beat him, then there's really no point of any of this. It really is no point. But tell me what you guys think about this in the whole show inside the comment section below. What's your rating? What you think about each match? Like, comment, subscribe. Thanks for watching.